Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Janelle and I post makeup videos twice a week on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So if you absolutely love your makeup, make sure that you subscribe and join the family here in Makeup Land. Today's video is going to be yet another full coverage beat. We have some L'Oreal, some Pat McGrath. For my eyes, I'm going to be going in with the OPV Beauty London Spotlight eyeshadow palette. This is what the palette looks like. This is what we're going to be working from today to do my eyes. So with that said, let me just get to priming. Let me jump into the makeup. For my primer, I'm going in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a wonderful week. Hope everything in life is going, exactly as you want it to go. I like to check in with you guys and make sure that you are doing good. My week has been very, very chilled, very relaxing. And this primer is so tacky. It's a gripping primer. It grips onto the makeup. I absolutely love it. If you've never tried it, consider trying it. It works wonders. It dries down nicely into the skin but leaves this extremely tacky feeling on the skin that really grips the makeup. For my foundation, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Pro-Matte. This is a full coverage matte foundation and I'm going in with the shade 112 Cocoa. Let me just give it a shake. And I'm just going to go in and dot that all over the face. I normally like to match my foundations to the center of my face. Around my forehead is a little bit darker, but I always go in and contour and bronze that area just to bring back the color and the depth to that area. To blend that out, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M439 brush. Excellent foundation brush. If you're in the market for a new foundation brush, give this one a try. It is nice and dense, blends out very, very quickly. And I find this foundation oxidizes a little bit. So as you can see, once I blend it out, it's a perfect match. That was easy enough. For my concealer, I'm going in with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in the shade MD23. I like to conceal my mustache. My forehead, just to highlight that area. Down the bridge of my nose. And a little bit on my chin. While that concealer dries down, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. For my contour, I have the Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. I'm using it in the shade Medium 3, and this is what the shade looks like. Hopefully it's going to be dark enough. I'm going in with a BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. Just want to work that brush into the contour. Is that doing anything? No. I think I'm going to have to get a darker shade in this one, but it feels good while I'm applying it, nice and balmy. I'm going to switch to the black Opal stick foundation in the shade Suede Mocha and use that to contour. I just want something a little bit deeper. But I'm definitely going to pick up that Danessa Myricks one in a darker shade. Just working that contour upwards by the cheekbones so that we have a nice lifted, sculpted look on the face. And then when I get to my forehead, I like to work it backwards into my hairline. And I find I've been going a little bit lighter with my contour because I go over it with bronzer and I don't want anything too harsh on my face. But if you like a darker contour, you can go in with a darker shade. That black Opal stick foundation is so good and it comes in so many shades. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do for contour. I'm going to switch to a callus sponge. Let me just squeeze the excess water out of it. And I'm going to go in and blend my concealer out, starting at my chin. Down the bridge of my nose, just going in pattern motions so that I can control where that concealer goes. I'm not swiping it or spreading it to areas of the face where I wouldn't want the concealer to go. Making sure to look up so I get directly under my lower lash line. And this Pat McGrath concealer, oh my god, it is so good. It's full coverage, it blends out like a dream. And the color MD23 is like the perfect highlight shade for me. Alright, so concealer is all blended out. To set my concealer, I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Translucent Honey. I normally go in with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder, but I figured I'll switch it up today, do something a little bit different. I'm just going to dip into the powder, dip the excess off on the back of my hand, and then just going and press that powder into set. I forgot how much I love this Laura Mercier powder. It is so good. My under eyes right now look so smooth, so buttery, nicely set down. It's matte, but it's not a flat or cakey looking matte. I'm just going to go in on an eyeshadow brush and use that to set down the bridge of my nose where I would have highlighted. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation Powder. I'm using this in the shade 355 Sienna. And I'm just going to set down everywhere that I didn't set with the Laura Mercier powder. Alright, so we are nicely set, and as you can see, it's full coverage, but it's not cakey. It's very natural looking full coverage. That's how I like my makeup to look. To do some bronzing, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Beauty Splendour Ultra Matte Bronzer. This is in the dark color. It smells delightful. It smells like a holiday. To apply that, I'm going to go in with my Ashley Lee P04 brush. Alright guys, so I just did my brows off camera just to save a little bit of time, and to prime my eyes I went in with the same Pat McGrath concealer and set my lids down with the same Laura Mercier translucent powder. We're working from the OPV Beauty Spotlight eyeshadow palette and going in on a Morphe M434 brush. I'm going to dip into this nice plum shade called Star, and I'm going to blend that through my crease. A little bit on the outer edge of the eye as well. Alright, so that looks nice and soft, nice and blended, not patchy at all. That blended out so nicely. For the middle of my lid, I'm going to go in with this. This is like a burgundy goldy shimmer shade, and it's called Deep Plug. And I'm just going to use that on the center of my lid. That color is so pretty. Now for the inner corner of the eye, I'm going to go with a gold just so that we have a little bit of dimension, a transition from the gold to the burgundy to the matte shade on the outer edge. This gold shade is called Exhibit. I'm also going to run that crease color along my lower lash line. Alright, and that looks nice. I like the transition from the gold to the burgundy shimmer shade. I think it just opens up the eyes a little bit and gives the eye a nice pop. Alright guys, so I popped a pair of Ardell Wispies on, a nice short, soft lash. For my blush, I'm going to go in with the Revlon Powder Blush in the shade Very Berry. And I'm going in with my Real Techniques 400 blush brush. For the inner corner of the eye, I'm going in with the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder. This one is in the shade 50 Watt. You know, just to add a little bit more dimension to the eye and to make the inner corner of the eye pop. I'm also going to use that to highlight down the bridge of my nose. And on the tip. To set my face today, I'm not going to go in with my Morphe Satin Mist. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Satin Spray. This is the long-lasting makeup setting spray. Up to 16 hours wear, lightweight, temperature control technology. Sounds good. Smells nice and fresh. I can still smell the alcohol, like alcohol in it, but it smells nice and fresh. I'm just going in and making sure that under my eyes are nice and smooth, nice and matte. And I'm going in with the same Laura Mercier setting powder. And I like to do this just as like a finishing touch for under my eyes. All right, we are nice and smooth. To line my lips, I'm going to go in with the NYX lip liner in the shade Hot Cocoa. It's a brown liner. For my lipstick, I'm going to go pinky nude. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche in the shade 181 Nude Intense, and it's a pinky nude. Feels nice and moisturizing on the lips. I'm going to top that with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade or in the color 002 Ice. It's like a clear gloss. Alright guys, and that is the makeup look all complete. I really love the eyeshadow. I love that pop of gold on the inner corner. We are nicely blushed, nicely contoured, nicely bronzed. The lip goes with the eyes and the blush, and I really like everything. The Danessa Myricks, what's it called? Balm Contour. This shade is definitely too light for me, but as I said, as I was applying it, I like the texture, I like how it applied, so I'm definitely going to get this in a darker shade because I would love to see this on my face. All right guys, so thank you very much for hanging out with me for another video. Drop me a comment, let me know if you like the makeup. As I always say, let me know if there are any products that I use in my routine that you use, or any products that you want to try out. So until next time, I want you guys to be fabulous. Have a fantastic week wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.